you about like, well, what do I do if I don't feel like writing? And you were like, oh, you don't feel like writing? Oh, it's like, well, then don't be a comedian. It's like you got to be willing to put in the work, or, just don't complain about what you're not doing, basically.
Yeah, if a farmer gets up in the morning and says, I don't feel like doing the chores and I want to feed the chickens, I'm tired. You don't have the option. And the better comedians think of it like farming. You get up and you do it, whether you like it or not. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I remember that conversation. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, is that what your mindset around your new podcast? Because you're releasing it every week and it's all new material. So was it something to kind of spark your creative juices and get you some accountability?
Exactly. So I love accountability. I've always loved having a weekly deadline where I have to produce work because, yeah, some weeks you're not going to be feeling good and you're not going to be feeling funny or whatever. But if I have a show where I have to be funny or try to be funny for like 15 minutes, it's just me in front of the camera, then I'm going to come up with something, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll do my best. And I love that. I love the energy of that. And I kept compiling these comedy ideas. I would have this list going of, oh, that's a funny observation, or oh, that could be a good bit, or whatever. And then with the pandemic, I wasn't going out as much. And then even when the pandemic came back, like college lecture series, corporate work has not really returned with full gusto. I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. And yeah, it's kind of a big lifestyle change to sign up to do a weekly TV show, but it's good for me. It's good for me. I need it. And so I'm doing comedy and I'm doing little skits and little goofs and impressions and animation, just like throwing everything in the pot and just trying to have fun and do something that my whole thing is I don't want to just do what everybody else is doing. So I'm just doing something that feels very me and that just like is a way for me to express my unique sense of humor. And hopefully it connects with people who have a similar sense of humor. It's obviously very different than going on stage because you have no idea what the audience is thinking. And,
True.
I did that most of my career. I worked as a comic strip artist, as a voiceover artist, and as an editor of The Onion. Never knew what the audience thought. Had to make the stuff and then put it out there and just hope. And so I'm doing the same thing now. It's a little different when you're performing it somehow. I don't know what it is about that, but when it's you out there and you don't have some facade of comic strip characters or fake newspaper or something else, you do crave that immediate response from the audience to know, oh, did this joke work? But I don't care. Like, it, like Bill Burr can do an hour podcast a week where he just rants and he doesn't care whether he's funny. He's just talking. He'll talk about sports for half an hour. So I can do that. I can try to be funny and sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss, and it's good. Like the key to quality is quantity. So the more I
Mm.
produce, the more really good material I'm going to have. And so whenever I do have a chance to hit the stage, which I just, for lifestyle reasons, I just don't do as much as I should. I have like this huge catalog of material that I can draw on that I've developed from this show. So it's kind of like my way of forcing myself to write.
I love it. Yeah, that's how the our daily writing club started. Like our Write 10 club started literally because I was like, oh my gosh, there's a pandemic. I have no idea when or if I'm going back to comedy. If I don't
Yeah,
have accountability, I'm not going to write. And it literally started with me like, okay, here's my webcam. I'm just going to write for 10 minutes. Here's what I came up with. And then people started participating organically and it just
it's
evolved from
great.
there. But it all stemmed from I need accountability to write or I won't.